Hello everyone and welcome out to Pod of War, episode E3 2017. I'm your Gizmo, Dave, and I'm joined by Massive Das Pengeli.
Hello
Massive
everyone.
Das Pengeli. I'm so tired. Yeah, Chris, we're going to talk about E3 today and other things. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm wonderful. I'm amazing,
good.
as I always am. Always feeling good.
That's good to know.
So first of all, Chris, we'll start a very, very short segment called What Have We Been Playing? This is going to be a very short segment. Chris, what have you been playing?
Persona 5.
Is that all you've been playing?
Pretty much. I'm currently 72 hours into it. I've got one palace to do and the mementos to finish as well. So that's going to be finished. I've played a little bit of Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
Great game.
It is a great game.
Someone in this room has a platinum for that game.
Someone has in this room got platinum for that game. So I've been playing a little bit of that. I'm only on like chapter 3 or something like that.
It's not too bad.
Seems pretty decent. I've been playing a bit of like the free play and stuff, picking up a few of the trophies here and there of that game. I doubt I'll platinum it because I'm not that great at rhythm games.
It's just tedious to platinum. That's the issue. I mean, I've got a lot of patience, but you have to like replay every song like 100 times probably.
Yeah, and you want to get all the currency and
stuff like that. Yeah.
So a bit of that. Played a bit of Injustice 2.
Is it good?
It is good. It is a good fighting game. It is good at punching and kicking those
I will no doubt
superheroes.
beat you at that like I did the last one.
I can't bring it. It's not physical. It's
You can bring your PlayStation 4 Pro.
Yeah, I can bring my PS4. So got that. Started the story mode on that. Seems pretty decent, like the last one. Lot of content. It's got a lot of things similar to Destiny, sort of. You got all these planets. Right. And they obviously is all in the multiverse. So you've got like the New 52 planet or the whatever planet.
Oh, I've seen this
sort of thing.
Yeah,
and then you select the planet, and then I don't know, something's changed in that. Like that planet's got less gravity or something like that. And then the character's face. And then you do that, and you get like credit, and then the credit gives you like loot boxes, and the loot box has gear, and then you can have the gears on your character, and they give them like stat boosts and stuff. Like you got slightly extra health, or you do slightly more punching. But obviously, if you go on to like ranked and stuff, people are obviously playing competitive, turn off all that. So and then it's just cosmetic items.
Cosmetic items.
Yes.
There we go. I wonder what you were trying to say.
Yeah. So it's just for that, and then some of them like you don't even see because like for Supergirl, you can have a Power Girl outfit. And so she still has all the stat boosts of whatever you've put on her, but she doesn't have anything because obviously she's now Power Girl instead.
Right.
And like Captain Cold, I think you can turn him into Mr. Freeze pretty much as well. Some of the character roster is really weird, like Captain Cold. Like who the hell's ever heard of Captain Cold? And why not Mr. Freeze instead? Then it'd just be like the Batman fighting game.
Well, because there'll be DLC as well.
There's a lot of DLCs. So there's the £40 season pass.
Nice. Modern games.
Yeah, and there was a pre-order exclusive character of Darkseid, which I don't have because I didn't pre-order the game. But I paid 35 quid for it.
It's good. Is that what you're saying?
It's a really good fighting game. If you like fighting games, it's mostly worth
better than Street Fighter?
Yeah, because it's got content.
Because it actually has something in it.
It's mostly... Personally, I think this is like now the gold standard of a fighting game. If you're releasing a fighting game, you've got to have this sort of content. Tekken 7 looks like it's going to have that. It's got a story mode this time, arcing the whole story of like Heihachi and stuff, and go for that. And it's got like a weird city modes as well, which kind of replace the planet mode I was talking about.
Street Fighter's kind of been, what's the word? It's kind of been a floating franchise for a couple of years now because their whole iteration thing hasn't worked, and now their DLC plan hasn't worked. Obviously, I don't know what they're going to do with MVC because that's coming out soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I don't like the look of that at all. I really like if I'm going to get a fighting game, it will be Injustice 2 or Tekken, or more than likely Arms.
Yeah.
But
I think Arms is so different even as a fighting.
I know, but it's Pokken. Arms is Pokken 2.
Marvel versus Capcom will mostly do well because of the Marvel brand.
Yeah, it's the MCU as well.
And it's focusing more on the MCU than the old Marvel games.
The old Stone Cold.
But I don't know. Like we've not heard anything about story in that. But then Capcom has said they've learned from the mistakes from Street Fighter. But if it
means it'll be on the disc instead of downloadable.
Yeah, but if it comes out and it's only literally arcade mode or something, that's pretty bad when you look at these two others with story modes.
Yeah, but I think fighting games are fighting games now, really. Well,
that's what I've been playing. I've picked up a load of stuff, but
that's the next section.
Yeah, so what have you been playing?
Oh, this is going to be a long section.
Yeah.
So I've been playing Operation Babel New Tokyo Legacy for review.
Yeah.
My review is up on Nintendo now if you want to read it.
Sure.
I played about 30 hours of it. It's exactly the same as the last game.
I feel available on.
It's available on PS Vita, obviously, because I only review PS Vita games. The audience knows that if I'm reviewing it, it's a PS Vita game.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty good game, but it's like if you don't like dungeon crawling, like if you don't like dungeon RPGs, then don't buy it.
Yeah, that's what always put me off the proper Shin Megami Tensei games.
Tensei, yeah.
Because I own 4 as a download on my 3DS because it was like £8. I thought for £8 as an Atlas game, never played it, and then I look at it and go, I'm not sure if I actually want to play that.
If you're going to play those games, play Etrian Odyssey because they start you off quite well. The problem with the Tokyo Abyss, the new Tokyo Legacy games, it's really hard to take like Demon Gaze was one as well. They are so Japanese, like they are so anime, like it's really like super anime chicks, schoolgirls, everything, like stuff you love, but like to the extent at which you have like no affiliation for the character if you don't like anime. Like, I like anime, but I like. Comes a point when I've played so many of those games now that I'm like, and again, it was a good game. It's a good 7. Like it was a good 7. It was fine. I'm also about to start Coyote, Something of the Winds.
Yeah, it's a visual novel.
Visual novels, which
dating game.
I hate reviewing visual novels because they're really hard
to
review.
And it's a dating game.
And the dating game stuff's fine, but like there's only so much you can say. So that's all. Really, that's like the main games that we're playing.
I suppose with that, you just got to really review a game that's. Well, that sort of game by how good the story is.
Pretty much how good it is and how worth the money, how
like
the
art or something. If you're looking at something,
the art's pretty like as a preview for it. The art's pretty good. It's a 3 gig download on the Vita, so the quality of animation is very very high. So hopefully the story will be just as good. Other than that, I beat Banjo-Kazooie the other day in about 6 hours because I was off sick. I was in bed, and the rare replay was in my Xbox. So I was like, oh, why not? So I like 100%ed it front cover to cover. It took me about 6-7 hours. And other than that, I have not played any. I'm having what everyone that listens to this podcast probably has had in their life. I'm having a complete drought where I just don't want to play games. I have no interest in playing them. I can talk about them all day and I can watch like stuff, but I'm really excited for the stuff we're going to talk about in a minute. I've been picking up some games, but I just have no willpower to play games at the minute. So.
Yeah, I've had that before. It's like. Especially now I've got a big collection, but really, okay, I've talked about a few games I've been playing, but it's pretty much, I just want to play Persona, I just want to finish this game, I put 70 odd hours in, I'm not going to put at least, most probably another 10, because
it's probably about 20.
Nah, I can't see that, because I know of other people that finished it, and their times have been 75 and 90, so, I reckon most people can put it to like 85 hours. I'm reckoning from based on that. So I know I've got a lot to play, but I kind of want to get it done now, even though it's so good, so I can move on to something else. So I can play and finish Injustice, and and play Dance All Night. Move on to like Horizon. Finally, play Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh yeah, my backlog is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the post. The postman. It's like the waterman. We finally have our own waterman.
Yeah, but that's neither of you.
Brilliant. Miss Lisa Brooks. Anyway, so yeah, that's really what we've been playing. Now we're going to get onto the section that we will eventually do on a video.
Yeah.
But today we just didn't have the time or the energy to get it all working, to be honest with you. We have got a time limit today, so we are going to talk about our pickups. And we should have some sort of Pengals related intro that you've probably stolen from me anyway. In the middle of this,
right?
But so I guess you've got yours on because you haven't physically got yours here. So if you start with your stuff and then I'll go through mine.
Right. Okay. Because originally I had it all piled up, ready to bring here, and like you were ill and then we were busy and stuff like that. So I just took a picture. This is what I've got. I'm going from the top to the bottom. So top was Persona 4 Dancing All Night, which we've talked about.
This is the standard edition you got.
Yeah, so there we go. Then next one is Super Runabout for the Sega Dreamcast, which brings me to 17 PAL Dreamcast games to go, I believe. It could be 18. So I've nearly got a full...
You can nearly do a full completion video.
Yeah, Sega Dreamcast.
How many of those have you played?
I've actually played
Sonic Adventure and Shenmue 1, that's it.
No, I've actually played nearly all my Dreamcast games.
Good.
Which actually,
makes me happy.
Yeah, some of them's only been like 5 minutes for some.
Yeah. Put in Pen. You played that for 26 hours. Great game.
No,
everyone buy Pen.
Alright, the next one is another Dreamcast game.
My God.
It's Alice's Dreams Tournament.
Which is an indie game.
It was an indie game. Yeah. It was kickstarted by a French studio based in Paris. So it was kickstarted. They sent out it was about a year ago, I think the Kickstarter was actually done. They sent out the Japanese and the American sort of copies. So basically, what they've done is they've made actual look like it. So this, I've got the collector's edition for the PAL region. So it looks like a PAL case. It's in the blue case. It's got a black cardboard stick cover. It has 2 discs in it. One's the Alice's Dream tournament game, which is basically a Bomb-Man like.
Yeah.
And it's got this really cool feature of the VMUs. They basically, each VMU's got its own sort of like picture, and you can like, they made this actual LED thing, you know, like the old Game Boy. They made that goes over your Dreamcast controller, cool. And basically the screen on the TV is like black. It's black screen. You can like see where you go and that. They're basically what the Wii U gamepad should have been.
Has it got any online?
It's got online leaderboards, I believe.
Not hasn't got
no, they haven't put online multiplayer. Obviously, that's still quite a hard thing to do.
It is quite a hard thing to do.
There was a game going to have online multiplayer, but didn't get its Kickstarter. Yeah. And the other game it comes with is Alice's Dreams, which is a 2D platformer,
cool.
side-scrolling. That game remains sealed in my collection.
I'm shocked.
So it will actually not get played.
Shocked.
So
for the record, I hate that. Chris is okay with it. I don't do sealed games. Buy games to play games. But anyway, we'll differ.
So that remains sealed in my Sega Dreamcast collection. I kind of want to buy another copy, but I can't get one.
I'm sure you can play. I'm sure you could download and play on PC or something.
Yeah, there might be.
I'm sure it's a Steam version.
Possibly, I don't know. Then I got Resistance for the PSP.
Is that Retribution?
I believe it is.
Look at that PSP knowledge.
I can't zoom in far enough to, you know.
You should know, Chris.
Yes.
You should know.
Then I've got Monster Hunter Freedom Unite.
Great Monster Hunter game for our friends at Monster Mash.
Yeah.
You probably haven't played that version. The PSP Monster Hunters are really good.
Then we got the best Final Fantasy ever made, Crisis Core.
There's a debate, but it's a good game.
Yeah,
we both own that game now.
And then I got Lumines for the PSP.
Really, really great game.
Yeah. Then I got Pursuit Force.
Another one with the cars.
Yeah, you can jump out the cars.
Okay. Yeah, that one's pretty fun.
Wipeout Pure.
Yeah, Wipeout Pure was good.
Ridge Racer.
One of the worst versions of Ridge. No, it's the Vita version that's bad.
Yeah, Ridge Racer on PC. I played quite a bit of this actually. I have to recommend to actually play it. So I've done like a couple of the cups. It's really good. The only problem is the camera. You only have 2 options to the camera. You either got like the first person look at the road, not even looking at the steering wheel camera, or you got the one behind the car, but it's like right up to the bumper.
Right. Okay.
So it needs to be so the cameras, I think, rubbish in it.
It's one of an old style game.
But otherwise, it's pretty decent. I don't know how they've improved that with Ridge Racer 2. I do not know. And I got Driver 76.
Right. Good. That's supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah. Then I got Monster Hunter Freedom.
Right.
So not Freedom Unite. It's a different game.
Yeah.
Because there's Freedom 2, and then there's Freedom Unite.
This is the Capcom. You can tell Capcom run Monster Hunter, can't you? Because it's like here's Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, 3 Ultimate Plus.
Then I got Lego Star Wars 2, the complete trilogy for GameCube.
For GameCube, so that's the original trilogy, isn't it?
No,
did they do a complete saga?
No, this is the original trilogy.
The original trilogy, okay. No.
So this is Lego Star Wars 2.
Really, really good game.
Yeah, it is really good.
It's not the best version of that game though. The 360 version.
It's really cheap though. £6 for a GameCube game.
It's Lego. Yeah, it was a mass release thing. The only Lego.
But normally that sort of game would hold its sort of price on the GameCube. I would have thought.
Compared
to like the PS2.
It might be because you can literally get it on like 20 consoles. I think you can even get it on Wii as well.
Yeah, and then the last thing to talk about really, I got an N-Gage QD.
Yeah, really cool looking. So the N-Gage, which you're going to talk about more because you know probably more about it than I do. Yeah. So the N-Gage was a console mobile hybrid that came out about 15 years ago now. Is that fair to say?
Early 2000s. I'm pretty sure.
Most of our people that listen to this don't have a clue what it is.
No.
It's really hard to explain, but it was quite cool. The first version was terrible. The QD you've got is quite cool.
Because you can actually put cartridges
it's got a weird vertical screen though, which I was just weird.
Yeah, instead of being like 16 by 9, it's like 9 by 16.
9 by 16, yeah, because it's a mobile basically. But
yeah, I don't know why they did that.
Have you got any games for it yet?
I still didn't have any games for it.
It's actually got a reasonably good library.
Yeah, that's one of we talked in the last episode. It's on my Saturn.
And at times, this will spare a moment for your Saturn.
Yeah, and then I was looking at buying. I looked at Atari Jaguars. I looked at 3DOs. Few other bits and pieces and that. I was looking at more PSP, but I basically bought these little pieces, bits and pieces. I bought the new microphone and stuff like that. So I spent like £100 of the Saturn money on the few bits of microphone, being the most of it at like 33 quid.
Good deal for that.
So that was all of it. And the N-Gage I saw, untested N-Gage, a tenner, buy it now. Yeah, I thought.
Oh, it's a QD at 10 quid a steal, even if it was broken.
So I took a chance on it, put in a SIM card, because you need to have a SIM card in it to get it to work.
Yeah.
So I put a SIM card in, and yeah, it boots up fine, but I still not have any games for it, so I don't actually know if it will play a game or not, but I'm thinking it will. So I literally just need to pick up a game. And it's just that N-Gage games are not hard, not easy to find, and they're all like a tenner, which doesn't sound bad, but if you want to play, spending a tenner on FIFA 2005 seems ridiculous, to be honest.
I suppose because the problem is that you're collecting PSP at the minute, which is the opposite.
Yeah.
Where you can get a game for about a penny.
Yeah, I can get FIFA 2000 whatever on that is like a penny.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Really got it. One, because like I said, it was dirt cheap, and two, like you said, the library's really good. I kind of we talked like the 3DO last time. Look at what games are actually on 3D. Look at the games that are actually on the N-Gage. You've got an Elder Scrolls game. You've got a Sonic game. You've got a Call of Duty. You've got FIFA. You've got Madden. You've got Tony Hawk's. You've got Pandemonium. You've got Tomb Raider. You've got
Pandemonium's great.
You've got Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
You've got like Pocket Kingdom, the game I actually did buy but never turned up and it got refunded. That's from Sega. It's supposed to be really good. There's apparently a couple of like tank multiplayer games that were good, but obviously you can't really play them now because they're multiplayer. It's like a Colin McRae game on there. And you look at the library, it's like, yeah, that's really decent.
Yeah.
The issue is most of it is actually the console itself, not the game's library.
No, the QD's okay. The QD's got like a decentish D-pad and the buttons aren't too bad, but
and it's the screen. I think it's going to be the issue.
screen is going to be cheap because there's no better way to play it. That's the problem with handhelds. If you go back, like I think is it backlit? I'm pretty sure it's backlit.
Yeah, it is.
But like you can't hook it up to a TV, for example. Like that's the real issue when you go back when you to the non-Nintendo ones. Because obviously Nintendo, there's Game Boy Player for everything.
Yeah.
So it's like that's fine. But like if you want, for example, you really want to get into WonderSwan games, you're limited to playing them on WonderSwan.
Yeah.
Neo Geo Pocket, it's a great console, but it's not backlit. So that can be some of the issues. But I think the N-Gage has got a fairly decent screen. The graphics are supposed to be
it's PS1 level.
Just below PS1, if I remember right, because I played Tomb Raider and Colin McRae on an N-Gage when it came out.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine that had one. Shout out, by the way. You know who you are. You know who you are. But he had it on the Taco, which was awful.
Yeah.
The awful phone, by the way, as well. I don't know, it cost like 200 quid as well at the time. But So was that all of your stuff, Chris? Or was there more?
No, I think that's it, really. The one thing to say about that is, like, you look at, let's say the DS. DS games are on Virtual Console, the Wii U. The Wii U has got a touch, the gamepad, but you can't see them coming to the Switch. Well, they might come to the Switch because you have that.
But you can play them on a 3DS.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. You can play that on, and let's be fair. The size of a 3DS XL screen is so big compared to an N-Gage.
Yeah, but what my point was is those games are all sort of limited by the hardware.
Yeah.
Or like a mobile phone game because of the touch screen, or even a Vita game because of the not all of them are compatible with Vita TV because of the back. The thing with the N-Gage is literally it is really basic handheld, like a Game Boy Advance or Neo Geo or the PSP, where it's literally PSP obviously is the UMD, so you gotta have the disc drive. I'm surprised no one with the Retron 5s and stuff. And there's one coming that's going to be CD based. That's going to PS1 and Saturn Mega CD. I'm surprised someone's not gone. Should we just put an N-Gage? I know there's not really an audience.
Yeah, I mean it's the same reason why you probably isn't that many that do like Neo Geo Pocket or like WonderSwan.
Yeah,
WonderSwan
I think would be a little bit.
Handheld is really
the weird.
Handheld is
this is all the buttons on it.
Yeah. The handheld is just really niche.
Yeah,
like any non-Nintendo handheld didn't really sell apart from the Game Gear.
Yeah, like the Retron's got the slots for the Game Boy, and it's got Master System slots, so you can play Game Gear games free in the Master System.
And you've got to remember, Master System is a very popular console over here.
Yeah,
so it's
worth doing. I just thought it was interesting. It's just literally, it's so simple. Game Gear. It's got none of the modern phone stuff or any of the modern handheld stuff. It's really simple. I mean, it's probably
apart from the fact you need a SIM card.
Apart from you need a SIM card. Well, obviously you don't need that to actually play the game. So that's one surprise. No one's tried to figure it out. We can make a little thing or whatever, but it's just not demand.
It might even be a licensing thing because isn't Nokia owned by Microsoft now?
Yeah.
So that might even be half the issue.
Could be. Engage on the Xbox Live Arcade.
Engage. That's what the new Xbox handheld they'll definitely never make. It's going to be Engage 2.
Yeah.
Right, I suppose I could talk about my games, Chris. Now, mine is so much more eclectic than yours. It's hilarious. So since we last met, I'd got a bundle of 3DO games.
Yeah, sure.
So I've picked up one 3DO game since then. I picked up FIFA International Soccer for the 3DO for about £2. It's the first FIFA game. It's fucking mint condition, so I'm really happy about that. Still need to get a console.
Yeah.
Bit low on money at the minute, so I'll probably be the end of the year. But I still want to get a 3DO. Like, I'm really up for that.
Put it on the Christmas list.
It's on the Christmas list. It's on the list. Santa will get me a 3DO.
No.
So then my other sort of thing I've been going for is the Final Fantasy games. Like, I want to have a physical edition of all the numbered Final Fantasy games. So I actually picked up...
So are you going to buy Final Fantasy 6 on Super Nintendo?
No, I'm going to get the PS1 version.
Okay.
I thought about this because there is obviously in Europe, there's a lot of them you can't get.
So you're going to buy all the European
physical editions.
So
I want.
7, 8, 9.
So 7 and 9.
Yeah.
Right, so I currently own 7, 9.
Yeah.
10, 10, 2,
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
I think. Obviously I own.
So see now the figures.
I own World of Final Fantasy and all the other
This
side
is
games.
what I know bugs me about your Final Fantasy 15. It's not that it's the Xbox One version. That's not the issue. It's just all the rest you're gonna have physical. You're gonna play on PlayStation. It's just
Possibly.
You get.
So I've got 4 on for DS as well. 3 I've also got on DS.
Yeah, but most of them are like on Nintendo or PlayStation. It's gonna look really odd in your collection.
Oh, it won't.
You're gonna have like this.
Yeah, really
you have this lined up, ordered number collection. You go 7, 8, 9. Where you put 6 and Origins and stuff.
I'll be honest with you.
And there's gonna be this green disc in the middle.
It really won't because I'll get the 13 collection on Xbox because it's cheaper.
For 60, yeah.
Because I'm not going to play those games ever again. Fuck those games.
Apparently, Lightning Returns is actually really good.
It's too late.
Okay.
It's too late. Fuck those games.
I should have put that as a prediction.
God, I hope they do. Anyway, and obviously I'm going to get because I never played 12, so I'm going to get Zodiac Age on PS4 because that's got the better version of it.
Yeah. Sure.
I have a copy of 11 somewhere on PC that I can just put in there, and 14 I'll just pick up a disc version. I have it on download anyway.
Yeah. Well, they're re-releasing it for a tenner.
Oh, there you go. I'll just pick that up on disc. So I got Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2, and this is going to annoy you even more.
Yeah.
Because I have them behind me.
They're going to be platinum, aren't they?
They're platinum. So because I don't have a problem with platinum at all.
Yeah.
Because they're so much cheaper.
Yeah.
And essentially, this is the patch version of the games.
Yeah.
So these are the games with the least problems. I had originally, I had them. My only issue with the platinum is that the platinum has changed. So the first set of PS2 platinums are all silver on the front, and then they have this sort of new thing. But obviously, my copy of Crisis Core is also platinum, so that's not an issue. Anyway, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah,
I like the black. Honestly, the PS2 platinums are pretty nice looking.
Yeah, on the side it's just and
obviously my original.
This is the same of like I'm saying about the Xbox One version of Final Fantasy 15. If you're going for a collection or something, I kind of want the collection to be the same. If that makes sense. And then having them all like that really bugs me because it has the silver disc instead of the lovely art
on 9.
Yeah.
See, this is my original copy of 9, which is why it's I don't know where the booklet is, but it's probably here somewhere. But this is my original copy of 9, which is why it's platinum, and I love this game.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
7, I have a black label copy. I actually want a platinum version, so I would probably trade the platinum version for it. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for a complete
I'd love it. I'd love a platinum.
match.
The platinum would be great. Because I saw this is completely aside. I almost bought Twin Snakes platinum because that's really on get a game's choice because that's actually quite rare.
Yeah.
But I saw it for like 20 quid. I almost bought it, but I didn't have the money. So I picked up 10, 10-2.
Yeah.
Speaking of games that you like.
Yeah.
And on consoles you don't like, I bought Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance on the original Xbox.
That's a brilliant version.
Why would I like that? I bought it for 25 pence.
Why would
incredible.
I not like that?
I also picked up. I'm like just turning around. So I picked up.
First thing is, I quite like Raiden.
I like MGS2. I think it's actually not that bad. People give it a lot of shit. It's not as good as Snake Eater. That's the biggest crime for me. It's not as good as Snake Eater. I also picked up Lord of the Rings: Return of the King and Lord of the Rings: The Third Age on the original Xbox. Again, I spent £1. Return of the King is an incredibly fun game, and Third Age is one of the most underrated Lord of the Rings games. No one's played that. It's the Final Fantasy one. It's the turn-based one. It's really, really good. You can get it on GameCube if you want to play on GameCube, but the Xbox version just looks better. And I also have this weird thing where I'm sort of getting weird Lord of the Rings games. So I've got Tactics on the PSP.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever. What else have I bought? I bought Crazy Taxi on the GameCube.
Okay.
Which I bought for £4. I don't have a copy of Crazy Taxi, so I was like, cool. crazy.
But I gather that doesn't have the soundtrack.
It does have the soundtrack.
It does have the soundtrack.
It has the Offspring and the other one soundtrack.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm trying to think what else I've bought. I think the only other thing I've got left then, I'm just looking because I can't remember what I've bought in the last month. So the big purchase, I made one big purchase, Chris.
Yes.
Okay, and I bought, so me and Chris have taught us in the fall that the 6th gen is our favourite gen. So and the GameCube is my favourite console. So I bought, finally, Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, which is a fucking incredible game.
It is a great
game.
And
I got it very cheap. I got it for about £30.
That is
and it's mint condition.
That is a good
and
price.
It works perfectly. So I was like, yep, I saw it on I've actually bought it on eBay. It wasn't even like, like a trade. I just saw it on eBay, buy it now, 30 quid, bought, sold, sealed, delivered. So that is what I've added to my collection. There will not be a lot of collection stuff, I don't think, for the next couple of months. I've got a lot of expensive stuff coming up.
As much as it'll be me picking up a few bits.
It'll be Chris will be picking some stuff up. Well, you're not going to have a lot of money really for the next month.
No.
But hey, you can do trades and stuff.
There's nothing really like.
I'm getting to the point now, like we said earlier, like I've bought all these games, and really there's nothing I want to play. So I'm like, I've got all these old games that are fantastic and I love them. But I'm like, I'm doing a couple review games for Nintendo on Vita, and no doubt when there's another Vita game, you'll probably chuck it my way anyway.
Yeah, sure.
But there's some games I have that I want to play. I still need to pick up some Ease games. For example, like Memories of Sail State, I've been meaning to pick up for months. I just haven't picked up. There's an incredible sale on Xbox at the minute, which is all the backwards compatible games for like 8% off.
Yeah.
So I just picked up. What did I pick up? Symphony of the Night, £1.40, which is stupid, like stupid cheap. So I need to play through that, but that was
it's always a great deal. Because I was looking at the Vita's got, I don't know if it's actually any good on the Vita. World Rally Championship 5 or something like that. It's like £6 on the Vita.
Yeah, WRC games are pretty good.
Yeah, and then it's like a durable platinum as well. It looked quite.
You say durable platinum; those games usually pretty long.
No, it looked like Win the World Junior 2. And
That's not like don't listen to Chris. That's not easy platinum. Those games are hard because they don't control great on Vita because of the tiny sticks.
Okay.
But again, the WRC game was pretty good. I'm trying to think what else. Before we get into the E3 predictions, there's only one big thing that's really happened since the last thing. That was the Nintendo ARMS Direct. The ARMS Splatoon Direct. I think there was 2 actually. There's been 2 since the last. So what's our initial thoughts as Nintendo guys? Because we run a Nintendo forum. So like personally, I'm really looking forward to it. I think actually that's actually sold me on ARMS. I'm going to play the test punch is this weekend. For some reason, we've got one less day than the US.
Weird reason.
Favoritism. But if I had the money, I think I would definitely be getting ARMS.
Yeah, ARMS is an interesting one. I think it looks good.
Yeah.
I want to play it. But personally, when I was talking about Injustice and all that content, I think Injustice ARMS will lack content. The single player seems to be a GP, and it says like you fight 10 dudes, and it looks like you got this boss fight, which is an old school fighting game.
It's an arcade mode,
but fighting games have moved on since then. And then you got like a weird volleyball.
I think the volleyball mode looks cool.
It does look cool. So you got this weird volleyball party mode, and then it's all multiplayer.
Yeah.
If I was in like Splatoon, if you look at Splatoon 1, single player was actually fairly decent, but short. But everyone just played multiplayer, and it's had this fan base and stuff like that. If ARMS doesn't get a big fan base or following, or a lot of people still playing it over the time, and I think the issue might be when Nintendo releases another fighting game at some point.
Pokken.
Yeah, Pokken Deluxe. People might just move on to that and kill ARMS, if that makes sense. I think it all lives. I think ARMS lives and dies by its community.
I think that's the most interesting thing that we still don't know about is what is the online going to be like? Because Mario Kart Online is okay, but the servers are still crap. Like, and it's still not easy to get into games with your friends. It's still not easy to have chat. It's all well and good using Discord or Skype, and we do it whenever we play in the forums, which is fine. But for a game like that, fighting games live and die by lag. Yeah. So if it's we'll find out this weekend. So.
Yeah, isn't the free version of the mobile app supposed to be coming in the summer?
Allegedly, we'll probably hear about that E3.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be Splatoon and ARMS.
It will come out. It will definitely come out with Splatoon. Yeah, I will almost bet you it will come out with Splatoon. Yeah. And the Splatoon trailers they've shown, look incredible.
Yeah, even the single player.
The single player looks real good. I like the tease for the Dark. Is it Dark Marie?
Yeah,
Dark Callie.
Yeah, one.
I didn't.
Yeah, because there's a whole game explaining been going through. I don't know where that actually where the story's coming through, but there's chapters of the story being.
They put them on Nintendo put it on their YouTube channel, I think, or it's on their website or some Japanese website. It's the Squid Sister stories. Yeah, Squid stories.
Yeah.
Like Splatoon is incredible. I really look forward to the Horde mode.
I never played much of the first one.
So yeah, me and my partner played. Like she played like 160 hours of Splatoon 1.
Yeah. It's because it was on the Wii U. That was like the problem.
Yeah, I mean, I played my Wii U pretty much up until its death. Up until Star Fox Zero came out. That's when I really stopped playing my Wii U.
That was the problem as well, like token sessions. Because
now, I wish I'd bought that game.
Now I really want to go back to play it for playing Persona 5 and really like playing Persona 4, getting into the lore, playing Dancing All Night. Like, and I like Fire Emblem as well.
Yeah, good luck getting a cheap copy of that now.
I'm just hoping they pulled it to Switch.
Yeah, because I
just port everything that's above an 8 or something on Metacritic to the Switch.
I had the collector's edition of that game pre-ordered up until the day it came
I
out.
actually owned it, and then I got rid of all my Wii U stuff apart from Zelda.
I should have played that game. But anyway, that was Nintendo talk.
Yeah.
So we're here for the main event.
So Jinder Mahal versus
Jinder Mahal. We're not going to talk wrestling, not on this podcast, but we're going to talk about our E3 predictions. Now, last year you were successful, I believe.
I won by quite
which made the verses of last year like a little bit better for you because you counted that as one of your verses wins. This will not happen when we eventually get around to doing the new verses, but that's just to warn you, Chris.
Okay, don't get a bonus point.
You don't get a bonus
or
point.
head start.
No head start after your whooping last year.
I don't get to pick the first game or.
Well, that'll be done by like dice roll or something hilarious. When we're playing only Jaguar games, it's gonna be great. But so we're gonna start off our predictions.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the usual Colin and Greg scoring system. So a point for a fully correct, half a point for half correct, and we're not gonna go any less than that. That's just bullshit. We're not doing quarter points because I know what you're like. You'll be like, oh, this game will be announced on this day, and if any of those things are right, if there'll be a game announced on that day, whatever. So we will start with you.
Yeah.
We've done 10 each.
Yeah, sure.
So Chris, what is your first
prediction?
prediction?
So we're going my one, then your one?
Yes.
Okay, so my number one is Forza Motorsport 7
Well said.
will be a launch title along with the Xbox One Scorpio or Xbox Scorpio or Xbox Monster as the t-shirt is now going around.
So in points value,
yeah.
So if Forza 7 comes out this year, you're getting half a point.
Yes.
And if it's on the Scorpio, if it's the day one Scorpio, you get a point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I get a whole point.
Why do you think that? Other than the fact it's the most obvious thing on your list.
Because it's the most obvious thing in the world.
Because Microsoft has nothing else come out this year.
One, we know from Digital Foundry that Forza is being shown to them running on Scorpio. They said that was a customized version of the Forza engine of 6.
Yeah.
But when was 6? 2 years ago?
It's 2 years. It was Horizon last year.
Yeah, exactly. They seem to alternate, so you seem to have 6, Horizon, whatever.
Yeah.
So, and obviously it's in Microsoft's own studio, so Turn 10 would have had plenty of hands-on time with the Scorpio as well. Mm-hmm. So it makes and it's most probably Microsoft's biggest franchise now as well.
It's their best-selling franchise.
Yeah.
It's one of the... Is it the best-selling first party? It's up there.
I think it would sold better. I think it sold better than with Microsoft. I think it would sell better than Halo 5. The last
definitely sold better than Halo 5.
Yeah, so it's their big game. If they can plus racing games, I think really sort of benefit for like
graphics.
And
it's a big year for racing games. They don't really want to miss out with Project Cars 2 and Dirt and GT Sport and stuff.
So I think that's why it's going to be. I think it's going to be the marquee title for Xbox.
Are you going to be risky enough to put a date on it?
November 15th.
No, we heard it here first. That's not going to happen.
I don't even know what day November 15th.
See, ironically, my number one is very similar.
Yeah.
My number one is that Crackdown 3 will launch on the Scorpio.
Mm-hmm. I think it will as well.
I hope it does.
I think if you listen to... I don't know how to actually pronounce his name. It's spelled Ybara. What, Rabara? Something like
that? You're murdering someone's name.
Yeah.
He's like the Xbox guy.
Yeah.
I know who you mean.
He's some Xbox
He's the
guy.
British guy, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he is. I believe it was him, or it could have been Greenberg. It was one of the two. Basically said they wanted the Xbox One, Scorpio, or whatever. Basically have a proper launch lineup. Basically treat it as a new console. And if you look at how the Xbox One launched, you had Rise, you had Forza, and stuff like that.
You did.
So I would be...
Dead Rising as well.
Yeah, I would be shocked if there isn't something like Crackdown 3 is a launch.
I think it will be. I think Crackdown 3 and Forza will launch. I really
or maybe not quite the same day. Like one comes out
within like the first like week.
Let's say November 15th is Forza 7, then November 21st is Crackdown 3.
Before Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm interested with the Scorpio a lot because I want to know what it actually is. Not graphically, not power. I know what it is, power wise. What is it in terms of? Is it a new platform? You know, or are these two games going to also be playable, like good versions on Xbox One? That's the most interesting thing about the Scorpio.
Yeah, because going back to that Barra bloke and that, it basically said developer if they wanted to don't have to be limited by the Xbox One.
Well,
that's interesting.
The Scorpio is for developers because that's what developers want. They said that they've said exactly the same to PlayStation. PlayStation will do exactly the same. They want more power. They want to be on parity with PC. So we'll see. Like I don't.
If you look at the,
I don't want to spend £600. That's my problem.
I own a PS4 Pro, but the Pro is still.
It's pretty much. It's just a PlayStation 4.
It's still limited by the Xbox. They're still making the game for the PS4 first or whatever, and then it's made up for. But what he's saying, like, no one's making a PS4 Pro game and then going backwards. But how he's saying is like, yeah, if you want to use all the power of Xbox Scorpio, you don't need to worry about the Xbox One. But then it's supposed to be Xbox anywhere. How is that really going to work? If you're not caring about these 30 million people with the Xbox One, but you still got to make your game compatible, it's going to be. I think it's going to be really weird.
I think it will. The first year will be very interesting. The first year will. I
personally don't think a dev will spend that much time making something that takes all the power of Scorpio, knowing you got all this audience of the Xbox One. Like, as you as a dev, would you try to, let's say the Scorpio sells 5 million or something by the end of the year, which is not going to happen. No. Let's say it did. So your choice is 5 million, make a game that's super powerful with Scorpio, 5 million, runs absolutely perfect, but runs like absolute dog shite on Xbox One. Or a game that runs brilliant on Xbox One, but slightly better on Scorpio, but you've got 30 million happy customers on Xbox One. What one do you make?
The honest answer will be the PC version.
Yeah.
The honest answer is what will happen, and is what will continue to happen, is that Microsoft are very, not pushy, but they're very insistent on people making Xbox Anywhere titles, which are for PC. Now, PC has...
Even things like Resident Evil 7 is.
Has graphic settings.
Yeah.
So what the expectation, again, this is purely out of conjecture from what stuff I've seen and people that I've spoken to, what it seems to be is that the Xbox Scorpio is the high-end PC version of the game. The Xbox One, this is why their naming conventions are stupid. The Xbox One Fat, we'll call it, is going to be the low end. Yeah. So the devs won't really be affected that much. It's frustrating if you're making an Xbox specific game, but realistically, you're not.
No, because you think if you're making an Xbox specific game, you're going to be like sort of turn 10.
It's all going to be on PC, or you're going to be first party, and you'll be encouraged to do both. And to be honest with you,
how is that going to... Okay, so you make the game for high end on... let's say you make the PC version, you put it on Xbox One, and you alter the sliders and stuff like that. So, take Forza 7. Let's say on Scorpio it's running at 60 frames per second. On Xbox One it's running at 30 frames per second. How would that affect multiplayer? Or would then the Scorpio version then go, you need to play it at 30 frames per second? Would that affect multiplayer or anything in any way?
No, it shouldn't really.
Okay. I've seen people talk about that, like, it's going to affect multiplayer and stuff like that.
I mean,
first-person shooters, would it affect that?
It should do.
Okay.
If it's locked, it shouldn't do. You could do the math to figure out what's going on. Shouldn't be too different.
So someone's running locked at 60, one's locked at 30, they can still
just
play.
Figure it out, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, games do that now. I mean, Forza Horizon 3 does that now. You know? So, the big issue they will have...
Yeah. So I think if you're making a first party or a PC game, you're fine. But if you're not making a game on... What if you're a smaller indie studio?
If you're a smaller indie studio, you're making a PC version.
You are going to make it.
You are going to make it. It doesn't make sense not to make a Steam version. Yeah, in almost every instance. Unless you're being paid by someone to make it. You know, it's like... You know, if you make it on Vita...
Yeah. It is really interesting. But, like, I think it was Spencer tweeted this morning. It's like... And Greenberg put out his ridiculous T-shirt that he's now got. That's showing like all the specs of Xbox One Scorpio, and it says the Xbox Monster or something, and it's like an official shirt.
You say that, so you're saying that with that tone of voice. If that was PlayStation, you'd be eating that shit up. So don't start with that, fanboy. Don't start with that. Okay. You'd be like, if your PlayStation Pro had all that, look at those teraflops.
You don't have any games, so.
Well, they don't at the moment. They don't. That's the thing. Like, no one's denying this. And like, but I would.
But then, like, Spencer's tweet is like this morning. It's something like, we're making Xbox Scorpio the best place to play this year's games, which I think is right. Destiny 2 will be. We know Destiny 2 is 30 frames per second on PS4 Pro, but 4K, especially 4K 60 frames.
60 on Scorpio. Yeah.
We know that's true, but is that really? Is that going to sell you on Scorpio? Yeah, you're going to have the best version of Destiny 2, the best version of Call of Duty.
Well, I'll say no, but it also didn't sell me on the PlayStation 4.
No.
Because that was what everyone said about PlayStation 4 when it came out.
Exactly.
And I didn't give a toss either way. I bought a PS4 purely for games.
Yeah.
And the few games I've played on the PS4
So,
I've really enjoyed.
This is what I'm saying is, like, it's the best place to play. I own a Pro. I could get a better version again if I bought a Scorpio, a better version of Destiny. But everyone I know that's playing Destiny is all playing it on PlayStation.
It's true, but that's you. Like that's what I'm saying. Like this is so subjective now. It's got the point where the Xbox One has sold well enough that it depends. Like if really most of my playing friends are on Xbox, and so all of those games live and die on Xbox. But really nowadays, all these consoles are just glorified PCs. Like really, like how much on multiplayer with friends do we both actually play?
Yeah, I don't.
And we buy everything.
I don't play hardly anything.
I play anything.
This is the thing.
So,
I play mainly single player, and
which is why you got a PlayStation.
Yeah,
and a Nintendo console.
Yeah, exactly. I play mainly single player. Where like, do I really like Horizon? Okay, Horizon is a first party game, but Shadow of Tomb Raider, whatever, when that comes out. Do I really care if mine?
I did really badly on PlayStation, by the way.
No, it actually sold better than Xbox.
Oh no, it did did really badly.
Yeah, but I mean the sequel.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I'm surprised they did that badly on PlayStation.
Yeah, I'm like, do I really? My version is going to be 4K 30 frames. Do I really care if if I had a Scorpio, it could be 4K 60 frames?
The thing is, you do care.
Yeah.
Because you'll go out and buy one. I don't care at all. I don't care at all. You've just bought a brand new TV that's like slightly better than the TV you had before.
Because I kind of want a UHD drive.
Well, that's okay. You'll buy. It'll come with like.
The choice is either an Xbox One S or a Scorpio.
You'll buy a Scorpio. I'll tell you what. It was it now. It's the 25th of May. I guarantee Chris Pangeli will buy a Scorpio in the next 12 months. Guarantee it. I guarantee it. Anyway, we need to keep going with the list. So, Chris, number 2.
Number 2, Sea of Thieves will be a free-to-play game.
I don't think so.
My argument of why it will be is because Phil Spencer says single-player games are now irrelevant and it's all about service-based game. That looks like a game from the trailers you can make into a service-based game really easy and monetize and sell pirate ships and hats.
I don't disagree with you. I just really don't think that's
So I think financially, that's the best way to. You could even put that out free or something into like a beta or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the Scorpio launch title.
See, I would laugh at you about that, but then they've just done Phantom Dust for free, so who knows? Who knows what Microsoft's thinking at the minute? Yeah. We won't go into it again. We've just had a big Microsoft discussion. But see if he's free to play. Yeah. Interesting. Now, in a similar thing to weird to gaming conventions, I think we all hate episodic games. Yeah. I think Final Fantasy VII Remake Episode 1 is coming this year.
No way in hell.
I think it's coming this year.
That is no chance.
I think it's like December, and I think they'll put it out because I think they'll put that out over Kingdom Hearts 3.
Neither of them are coming this year.
I know. I honestly I don't know why. Okay, fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's just get some crazy stuff in here. But Final Fantasy VII Episode 1.
So where's your bonus point that it's at least dated for 20? Like, let's say it gets dated for February 2018. With your house point.
I think if it's Q1 2018, you can give me some points.
Okay.
You can give me half a point, which is up to March.
Or if it's just shown.
If it's shown, then although they show Episode 1, I don't know, maybe a half a point. Okay. I don't know. I think it'll be 2017.
I don't.
But anyway, Chris, another one of your fanboy ones.
Number 3, the female character will be shown in the Death Stranding trailer. I put like the Emma Stone just in case I can get a bonus point or something.
You won't get a bonus point. You might get a whole point for that. Okay. Yes, it will almost 100% happen. I will. Yeah, I guarantee it.
Yeah,
that's an I guarantee it. That's going to happen.
Death Stranding will be shown every press conference until eternity.
Until it comes out in 2023. They'll show an E3 thing. It'll be a different famous actor. The budget will be ridiculous, and it'll be like a 4-hour game with 20 hours of cutscenes.
Yeah.
I'm still interested by Death Stranding, but I want to know what it is. I want to see some gameplay. Right, my number 3, Retro Studios' new game will be shown, and it might be Metroid. I think it will be Metroid Prime 4 because of the spoilers, because of the teaser at the end of Metroid Federation Force.
Right, okay, I've not played Federation Force.
No one did, Chris.
And I don't really like Metroid either. But the thing is, Nintendo said they're focusing on 2017 games. If that is not coming in 2017.
Focusing. They said they're focusing. They can still show a logo.
No.
They've done it before.
It's not coming.
Well, anyway.
I think that's...
Retro Studios new game.
I think you currently only got a point.
I think, credits. I always like to have fun with these lists. Chris is like, I must win. But I'm like, yeah, no. Like, my next one's even more fun, but... Right, Chris, number 4. Ours are oddly similar. Is it because I wrote mine first and then you copied it?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Right, my 4th one is Sega Forever games for Nintendo Switch.
So explain Sega Forever games.
Right,
Chris.
Sega have now sort of stated that they want to start bringing back old IPs and utilise their...
They've seen that Nintendo money, haven't they?
And utilising their brand and everything and all their other brands and stuff. There's like a logo showing like the main Sega of like Golnats and that. Then it had a bit on the other side showing Atlas and stuff like that. Sega Forever is something that they've trademarked. No one really watched what it actually is, but some speculating it's going to be like a virtual console, but it's called Sega Forever. It likely will come to all platforms, so PS4, Xbox One, Scorpio, Switch, PC. But I think it would obviously suit Nintendo better.
I think we both get it on Switch, unless there was a lot of trophies assigned to it.
Yeah, I just think they're going to have, like the arcade classics, Neo Geo arcade classic.
The ACA.
Yeah, basically it's going to be Sega's version of that, and it's going to be called Sega Forever, and it's going to launch all those systems, but I would think Switch first.
I hope so, and I hope that they have more than their usual. I hope they include Saturn games. I hope they include Dreamcast games.
Yeah,
because that's what I've always said. Like,
I think that's what's going to be forever. It's going to be their whole.
Well, they've got the arcade collection on 360. They've got the 3D classics on 3DS.
It's basically going to be that, but for the current gen.
Yeah, and we would buy. You were quite big Sega fans, so I would buy most of it. So,
and that also gets me Shenmue 1 and 2.
That won't happen. Shenmue 1 and 2 will be a HD standalone release. I promise you now, it'll be next year. My number 4, which is another Sega one, is the most mental thing on my list, I think. Because they've announced they want to go back to their old IPs, as you said.
Yeah.
I'm predicting Jet Set Radio 4.
Yeah. Why he's got 4 from is because there is one in Game Boy.
There is a GBA. There's Jet Set Radio, there is Jet Set Radio Future, and there is Jet Set Radio Future GBA, I think it's called. I cannot remember what it's called on GBA.
I think it's just called Jet Set Radio.
Might just be called Jet Set Radio for GBA. But there will be a new Jet Set Radio game, and I'm including, right, half a point is a remake. Okay, half a point is a port. So if they port Jet Set Radio Future to Xbox One, that's half a point.
Okay.
But Jet Set Radio, bring that shit back.
Sure.
Number 5, Chris.
Sucker Punch's new IP to be shown. I think this is a certainty. We've not seen it. They're the only Sony first party which we don't know what they're actually doing. And
what was their last game?
Infamous Second Son.
Oh, okay.
Which is the launch title, pretty much.
Yeah, it was.
So it was 4 years old.
I suppose First Light.
First Light as well with something. I think if you look at last year's E3, I believe Days Gone opened the show.
It did.
Which was a new game from a Sony studio, new IP.
Bend, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sony Bend. So I would also bet that Sucker Punch's game opens E3 for Sony. They do the same as last year. They open with a new game from one of their studios, and everyone's gone. Everyone's sat back and go, "Oh, what's this?"
It will start with Death Stranding.
No.
Yeah, it will.
No, Kojima will come out.
Death Stranding or GT Sport. It won't start anything else.
Hindsight is starting from Sucker Punch's game.
Okay. In very similar one, my number 5, there will be a Justice League video game. Now this seems oddly broad, but it's not. Marvel are pushing video games again.
Yeah.
There was a big Justice League set of films coming out in the next 2 years. It is a no-brainer that they have someone make a Justice League game. And I don't mean Justice, I mean like a Batman Arkham style game. I think there will be that. It might even be that studio.
Rocksteady.
It might even be that studio. They're doing something. They teased Justice League in Arkham Knight, so I could see that happening. I would buy. I'm not a big DC guy, but I would buy that.
See, this is now when I read that you put Justice League, I was thinking of film tie-in, and I was thinking mobile. But now what you're saying, like, it doesn't even have to be tied into the film. Like this new Spider-Man game from.
No, it doesn't have to be tied into the film at all. Like it's nowadays very rarely do they do these game tie-ins like they used to. What they do is they sort of build on. So I mean, it's like Injustice. Wonder Woman's coming out like next month.
Yeah.
So Wonder Woman's in the game. There's a Supergirl TV show.
Yeah.
That's like fairly popular at the moment.
And she's like the main.
She's like the main character. So you know, like, it uses the outside thing to kind of push it, and that's what I think they'll do. But yeah, number 6 for Chris.
Number 6 for me is Virtual Console to launch after E3.
So like straight after, like the night of. I guarantee it.
I think that is there.
I guarantee it.
Everyone likes to have it's out now sort of moment. I think that will be Nintendo's it's out now is virtual
Haven't
console.
they done it the last 2 times they've done Virtual Console?
Pretty much.
They pretty much like when they did it for new 3DS they did, and then when they did it for Wii U they did. So, I'm gonna skip one of mine now to carry on with that. My number 7, which will be my number 6, is that Mother 3 will be a Virtual Console launch title.
Yeah, everyone seems to want that.
Guarantee it.
Yeah,
guarantee it. Love that game. Oh, so good. And I've played that game emulated. I hate emulating. I've told this before, but that's the only way you can play that game. Would love them. They did the fucking NES one that no one wanted. So surely, they've teased it enough. So I think Virtual Console. So you're number 7, Chris?
My 7 is Pokemon Stars will be announced.
No, not a chance.
Right, you've got Metroid, which won't even come out in 2017. Name
me a mainline Pokemon game that's been shown at E3.
Pokemon Sun and Moon.
It was announced at E3.
It was shown they had a mini sort of direct for it.
Or that wasn't their E3 comp. That wasn't their E3. It was before E3. It wasn't their E3 thing.
No, but it was an E3 thing.
I don't
if the Pokemon Company have a trailer that says E3 on it and it shows Pokemon Stars, it is an E3 thing. It will be like I don't know, something that I can't remember. It will be shown at E3 during E3 week. We will see Pokemon Stars. It will come out this year.
I'd love you to be right. I don't think that's gonna happen.
It's gonna come.
I think it's too soon.
Yeah, it's coming this year, mate.
It's coming this year. I think there'll be a Pokemon game, but I don't think it'll be Stars. But I'd love to be wrong.
Yeah, it's going to be like the October game for Switch. Because November will be...
Imagine how many games are coming for Switch this year if that's true.
It's going to be one a month. So June is going to be ARMS, July is going to be Splatoon, August is going to be a game we're not going to talk about just in case you haven't seen the leak.
And I won that game, by the way.
I won it. September will be Fire Emblem Warriors. October will be Pokemon Stars. November will be Mario. December will be Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Not a chance that's coming out this year. No way. Okay, it's fine. Speaking of Nintendo ports, mine is Smash 4 port this year.
See, if that comes out this year, it kills ARMS.
Oh, I disagree. I think they're different games.
I think it kills ARMS, totally. I don't think that comes out this year because it will kill the buzz of ARMS. If they announce that at E3 and it comes out...
I'm not saying this... By the way, I'm just saying it gets announced. I'm not saying it comes out this year.
Yeah, but this is going to be 2017.
I think it'll come out in March.
Well, I think you're right. It mostly comes sometime next year.
I think it'll come in March. I think it'll be their Q1 game. Or it'll either be Q1 or it'll be December. Because I don't think you're selling more... I don't think you're selling more copies of ARMS in December.
No, mostly not.
Because that's 6 months out.
No, but I think you put out something that you know is going to just sell to the fan base, hence Xenoblade 2. It's like Xenoblade 2 could come out any time of the year and it will sell exactly the same amount of copies.
Yeah, that's why I don't think Xenoblade 2 will come out this year. Yeah. I could see them swapping Xenoblade and Smash purely.
Yeah, Smash is for the title. It needs to be out.
The Smash Smash Mario Kart bundle for Christmas. I mean, come on, they already have bundles for everything. A Smash Mario Kart bundle with an extra controller. That's gonna hey, we're gonna do okay, I'll talk about this later. There's another reason why I think so, and I'll talk about it later. Okay. So. You're number 8, Chris.
God of War to be dated for fall 2017.
Definitely, I guarantee it. Do you care about that game at all?
Yes, I thought the trailer looked quite good.
It doesn't look like God of War though.
It looks a bit Tomb Raider-y.
It looks a lot like Tomb Raider. I said that at the time.
I think what it will be. I think it will be God of War, but in a slightly different camera perspective.
Doesn't it look like a PlayStation exclusive? And this is a really weird statement, and this sounds like the most Nintendo-y thing.
Yeah.
They all look the same. They've all got the same gritty graphic. Like if I were to show you screenshots of Uncharted 4, Horizon, and God of War, you'd be like, "Oh, this is all on the same console." You see what I mean? And it doesn't interest me at all. It's not different. It's not different now. It's make everything else. It's a survival game. But great. Brilliant.
I think what God of War will be. I think it will be slow, really slow to start off with. Be survival, then something will happen to the kid, and then Kratos goes absolutely nuts.
My problem with it, from what I've seen so far, is the same problem you have with Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like God of War to me. God of War is an arcade beat 'em up. That's what I think God of War should be.
Yeah.
That's my issue with that. The trailer that we've seen, the gameplay we've seen so far, it looks like a survival game, like Breath of the Wild, like fucking Tomb Raider. So, again, hopefully they prove me wrong. And then, by the way, it'll definitely come. That's a point for you for sure. That'll definitely come.
Sony Well, kind of Christopher Judge, who's now voicing Kratos, basically said it was 2017, and Sony
haven't got anything else.
Well, they have Gran Turismo,
which is how many times have been delayed already?
1 million.
How many times will it get delayed?
Another million.
Yeah. How many does it always get delayed?
The only thing is Sony's like one Christmas of like the last 3 years and never had a game in Christmas.
And it's not stopped them, so why do they care?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the
and all their games always seem to sell in March. Like
it's because there's nothing else. Because that's the.
You say there's nothing else. So this
year,
year,
yeah.
And Horizon still sold 3.5 million.
This has been the hot year for it. So.
But I think they got too many games now. If you look at Sony's 5 first party lineup,
they all look the same. Apart from Detroit, which is going to come out in 2019, and Death Stranding, which will come out in 21.
Yeah, this is the thing. They've got so many. You look at the first party games, and if the rumours are true, like we're getting PS5 next year or the year after or something, these games have to start coming out at some point. Otherwise, they're all going to be on top of each other.
We will have a discussion at the end of this list about something we just said, but we need to finish it first. So, number 8 for me. 2 years in a row, I've done this. Beyond Good and Evil 2, confirmed.
I hope you're true. Well, we know it's confirmed. We know it's a real
game. No, it
hasn't
actually shown.
Right, where's this going to be shown? Because all the rumours...
Nintendo.
It's a Nintendo exclusive. Nintendo. And then there's things that it's like... And then it's like there's only 6 months on Nintendo and stuff like that.
They will
but if Nintendo, let's say, are only focusing in 2017, it's not showing at Nintendo.
Who goes first?
Ubisoft goes before Nintendo.
Before Nintendo.
Yeah.
Then they will show it at Ubisoft.
Yeah.
And Nintendo will make a reference to it.
Right, okay. Do you think Ubisoft, when they show it, say it's coming first to Switch or something like that? If it's not an exclusive, it's the time one.
You know what? I think they might not, and then Nintendo will say it's coming first to Switch.
Yeah, in there, or they'll do like the third party sizzle reel or something, and it
or I mean, this is even more extreme.
Yeah.
Ubisoft could get Reggie on stage. Could happen.
Yeah,
this happened before at other shows. I think Beyond Good and Evil is perfect for where we're at with games right now. You know, like you said, like we've had Zelda that isn't really Zelda anymore, and Beyond Good and Evil 2. You know, and personally, couple that with Beyond Good and Evil, the HD port they did a couple of years ago.
Yeah, if they can get the HD port on Switch.
Put that. And again, for my next one is another reason why I think Beyond Good and Evil 2 will get announced this year.
Yeah, sure. So we're doing my number 9 now.
We're doing your number 9.
Number 9 is Microsoft bring back an old IP.
Right, that's vague. Any IPs in particular you think could
I'm gonna.
And I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Right, Microsoft. If you look at the last few years, they've tried to go to a fan base, which personally I don't think is actually there.
But they keep going to their Nintendo fan base. That's the issue.
Exactly. Well, last year they went to Phantom Dust. They
No
announced
one bought that game.
And no, it's a cult classic on the original Xbox because it's a JRPG. Like that is. It's supposed to be really, really good.
It is really good. Yeah,
but
it's really good.
Who is that speaking to in the Xbox
Speaking
audience?
to like the 12 of us that played it when it came out.
Well, I did play. So
I played it.
And then the year before they announced the Rare Replay, which is great value.
It did sell really well.
And it sold well, but again, it's not really like
it felt like an N64,
like
Nintendo thing, didn't it?
Yeah. So I don't really know what they bring back, but I would not be shocked. Because what sells well on Xbox?
Driving games, shooters.
I'm going Perfect Dark comes back.
See, I think it's funny that we both naturally went to Rare, because I personally think Banjo-Kazooie might come back, because I think Yooka-Laylee might have shown that that you can make some money out of stuff like that. Personally, I would rather see their BioWare stuff come back. They still own Jade Empire.
I think they still own Jade Empire.
You know, maybe they could do a deal with Disney to do Knights of the Republic. Maybe. But again, like I said, I've got a pretty extensive Xbox collection behind me. There's nothing, they're not going to do Conquer. They've already shown the new Conquer for HoloLens, and it looks like a joke.
And he's in the Rare Replay. This is the thing. This is the problem.
Fable. That's the only thing I can think they own.
Yeah,
because it's too soon.
This is the thing. Microsoft own all of Rare, so you got to when you look at Microsoft and their IPs their own.
It's Rare, and then the big four, isn't it?
That's pretty much it. And I think Perfect Dark could be a title, because they're not showing Halo. They said they're not showing Halo at they're not showing Halo 6 or Halo 3 Anniversary. Apparently that's not a thing. They're not showing.
No, they'll show Halo Wars 2 DLC. I don't think they're going to be showing anything about Halo.
They want, for me, to sell the Scorpio, they need
Halo.
Because Crackdown 3 is not. I don't think it's a big seller.
It's not. It's going to be a really great game.
Yeah.
I think it will be.
I think Forza 7 is a big seller.
Forza 7
but I don't like racing games. So what's the big seller for me? And I think a shooter is, and I think you if you lean on to Perfect Dark, a total reboot of the series, and I think that's a big shame.
I'd love them to. I think Rare is too busy with Sea of Thieves.
I don't think even
Rare
has. I think you've given it to someone else.
Rare has 2 teams, so it could be. I mean, I actually think Viva Pinata is more likely, which is weird to say, but I think tech-wise, Viva Pinata is more impressive because of the stuff you can do. But I mean, if Microsoft, I just want Microsoft to bring games out. Like I love my Xbox One, you know, I love my PS4, I love my Switch, I love my Wii U for fuck's sake. But like, just Microsoft needs to bring some games out. They do have a good library of games in the past they can use.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
But who knows? I mean, I'd love. I think they will bring back an IP. I don't know what it'd be. I think Battletoads.
Could do.
Because they had one of the Battletoads characters in Killer Instinct.
Yeah, but they had like other weird characters.
They had Giz and they had Halo, and those two have had games recently. Battletoads hasn't had a game since what, Super Nintendo?
No.
So who knows? My number 9, which ties into 2 of the things I said earlier. GameCube Virtual Console. I think it's a must. I think it's a must. I think it's very important. Like they will make money very quickly. It's very easy to do. The reason that I mentioned this one earlier is why I think the Smash port comes. I think they will add GameCube support via the GameCube adapter. It's USB. It works on the dock absolutely fine. There's enough buttons on the standard controllers to not need it, but people will want it.
Yeah.
So I personally, I mean, like for me, example, I would love to plug my Wavebird in and play that on my Switch in my HD version of, you know, Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, but it won't be Mario.
It won't be in HD, but it will be
look better.
It'll be like up-res to what, because the GameCube could do 480p.
Yeah,
so it will be that kind of thing.
Yeah, sure.
I think GameCube, and that's the same for Beyond Good and Evil. Beyond Good and Evil was a GameCube title. They could very easily launch Beyond Good and Evil 1. They wouldn't even have to bring it.
That's how they could tie in Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Exactly.
They could announce it at Ubisoft conference.
And tonight we've got.
And then they do the Virtual Console. One of the games launching on Virtual Console is Beyond Good and Evil.
There you go. And it's the same. If they're going to bring back the Mother franchise, which I don't think will ever happen.
Imagine if they launch Virtual Console with Mother 3, Beyond Good and Evil, and like Super Mario Sunshine.
It's, you know, it's
just they only need to put like those 3 games.
It's Nintendo willingly free. You know, like, because people like me and you've talked about backwards compatibility for Xbox and how it's a great thing, but it's not like it's not a huge thing. It's a great thing, but it's not a huge thing. Nintendo giving you Mother 3, Beyond Good and Evil, Smash Bros. Melee, Super Mario Sunshine, and then the games they always release, so Ocarina of Time, Mario 3. Like, having all of that on a handheld console, and that's what people forget. All of that on a handheld console would win the Me Free. For me, like, without even any new games, because that's what I'm going to be playing for the 6 months after that. Because I'll play through Mother 3, which is a 30-hour RPG, you know, or Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. We cannot get a copy of that game.
No, it's too expensive.
You know, Sega Forever, Scars of Arcadia Legends. Yeah. Like, what would we give to be able to play that again and be able to play?
I own it.
You do own it, but like I want to buy that game. It's like £90. Like, if I can play that on a handheld, Chris.
I can't because I own the screen for my GameCube.
No, well, you've got to plug it in, haven't you?
No, I've got the power adapter.
Oh, you're such a dick. But you know what I mean? Like, playing that on a proper handheld or a proper HD crisp screen, like, dude, you know what I mean? So I love GameCube Virtual Console. You're number 10.
My number 10 is... This one is sort of the weird one, because I personally don't really want it myself. But we know Blue Point have confirmed they're working on a classic title. And something out of, I think, 7 of their 9 games have all been PlayStation games. So you're going to think it's a PlayStation game. We're thinking it's PlayStation. And I don't know what the definition of classic actually is. Obviously, for different people. But I'm going... Due to the popularity of the series now, and I think in Demon's Souls HD.
I think you're wrong. I think you're right and wrong. Yeah. I think Blue Point are definitely doing a PlayStation exclusive. Yeah. I cannot see it being Demon's Souls HD. That seems pointless. Because bear in mind that Demon's Souls is in HD. It was a PS3 game.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Yeah,
I do know what you mean.
You know, Last of Us is in HD, but then it's got Demon's Souls remaster. It's now going to be 1080p and 4K.
You know, and I know Blue Point did Uncharted, but that was a trilogy of games. No. I honestly can't see them. I can't say. Aren't Blue Point are they European?
Yeah, they're at Porthouse. Exactly. They did Shadow of the Colossus and Team.
I honestly, I can't see it. I mean, I think it'd be great.
They're basically all they do is ports. That was basically what they made their own games.
I think you're more likely to see a Demon's Souls 2 than you are a Demon's Souls HD.
It's just
Blue Point are definitely working on a PlayStation game though. I will tell you that right now. I reckon it could be Spyro.
No, because Activision own that.
Oh, of course they do. I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm definitely wrong.
Yeah, so they got to be. It's like what PlayStation
Siphon Filter.
Possibly, but then that means but they do ports though. Like
why would you? Why PSP ones?
Just think you wouldn't put Logan Shadow.
Telling me you wouldn't buy Logan Shadow HD because I would.
So that's the thing. I'm thinking it has to be a PS3 game, and then I'm just thinking, what PS3 games would you want to bring back?
The problem is as well, me and you don't really know PS2 that well, and obviously there's PS2
but most
classics.
of the PS2 games they've done, they did Jak and Daxter, they did
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank, they did the IQ collection. So I'm thinking it's got to be a PS3 game, and then what PS3 games would possibly make sense to come back? And could possibly. But you've got to think how popular Dark Souls has and Bloodborne's been.
I can see. I agree with your logic.
My logic is that thing. I think it's shown. Whatever Blue Point's game is shown. But I don't know if it's going to be. But Demon Souls game will be. Could be.
Well, my number 10 is again similar to one that you've clearly copied from me.
Yeah.
It's Xbox new IP.
Yeah.
So when I don't mean Cuphead because that's already been announced. I reckon that they will have a new IP, and I know before you even say it, new IPs do not sell on the Xbox, and they don't. Buy Quantum Break and Sunset Overdrive if you own an Xbox and you're listening to this. Incredible games. I think they will have a new IP, but I think it will be a lot broader. I think it will be a Fable-like game. It will be, it will be a shooter. It will not be.
Hence my perfect.
It will not be a PlayStation game. And what I mean by a PlayStation game is a third-person action game, like Sunset Overdrive, like Quantum Break. Those games would be among the best on the PS4. They would be so popular on the PS4. They really would. They're PS4 games. That they clearly know that doesn't work. That's why they cancelled Scalebound. Yeah. That's why they cancelled.
Actually, Scalebound might be making a comeback though. The rumours is Microsoft re-trademarked it, and they've got the studio making it themselves, which is it's going to be awful, isn't it?
I mean, Platinum's records up and down, so I don't know.
I just don't know. The only problem with your new IP, and it's the same problem with my Bring Back Old IP, is who the hell's making it?
Microsoft.
They don't have that many studios. That's the problem.
No, they're very. This is very deceiving about Microsoft. They don't own a lot of in-house studios. They do a lot of partnership deals with second-party studios. A lot more than PlayStation, actually. They do a lot of them. Mostly indie games.
Yeah, it's mainly because going back to Spencer, how when Tomb Raider flopped, which it did. It did,
yeah, it really did.
Basically, Spencer said we basically got to stop doing these deals because they don't make us any money.
Yeah.
So obviously,
again, it's the type of game. Like, you know what I mean? It's the type of game. I could see them having a junior studio work on a shooter because Xbox. You know, if Nintendo can make Splatoon popular, there's no reason why Microsoft can't make a first-party shooter. You know, I know they do Halo, but like, there's no reason why they couldn't do it. There's no reason why they couldn't do another driving game. There's no, like, Turn 10 are working on a new IP and are not working on a driving game.
No, that's
Playground.
Playground.
They're both the same.
Yeah.
But Playground are not working on.
So it could be Playground.
It could be Playground.
But the thing with Playground's new IP has been teased that it's coming to PS4.
It's been teased that it's not using the Forza engine, which means that it's not first party.
Yeah. So would that count if that was shown? And then
no, it has to be an Xbox. It has to be an Xbox.
Xbox Anywhere.
Yeah. Xbox Anywhere. So it has to be, I don't just mean Xbox. It will obviously come to Windows 10. That's not Steam. That's what I mean.
If Playground's game was shown and then we found out 2 days later,
it's on both. That
it's on both.
Yeah,
it doesn't count. Okay, yeah, sure.
But I don't know what it'll be. I don't know who'll make it, but I think they'll do it. I think there will be a new exclusive IP, even if it's timed exclusive. I think there'll be something. I personally want something like Fable. I think like an RPG series would be really smart. I don't know.
Do you know who they could have got to make Fable? Oh, Lionhead. Oh, what? They closed them.
Lionhead haven't. You know, I had friends that worked at Lionhead at the time, so you know, like sorry guys, but they hadn't put out a lot of good stuff since like Fable 2. Like Fable 3 was bad. Like that was like 2010. You know.
So, it's not their fault. They had to make a Kinect game.
They did the Kinect game, which was the Fable the Journey.
Yeah.
Fable Legends was actually really fun. So you know, like I played that game like I had the beta when it was before the models had textures.
Yeah.
You know, and that game was still really fun. It played really well. It's such a shame that got cancelled. I can see why it got cancelled. It's actually really funny because I think that game now would be really popular.
Yeah.
Because of Overwatch and stuff like that. So, hey, Microsoft, well done. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think they'll bring Fable back, but I think, you know, I mean, they're more likely to bring Bloodwake back than Fable at this point. But we'll see what happens.
Brute Force
was great, man. I just turn around and all these games. I'm like, oh, bring back goddamn Blinks. Blinks 3.
Brute Force could be the new.
Blinks 3.
Bring back the idea.
Blinks 3. That's what we all want, even though they let the trademark die. If they did Voodoo Vince, what the fuck can they do? So that was our E3 predictions, Chris. I'll be honest, I think you will win again. Because I've gone for more fun ones. Because if I win, then it means we've had a great E3.
Yeah, I think mine is much more safe bets, and more like
more PlayStation-y.
Yeah, well, no, you say that. Half of mine are Nintendo, and I got a couple.
That's because we are Nintendo
and I got
fanboys.
a couple Xbox ones in there as well, like what I would want from Xbox, kind of.
Yeah, I don't think it'll happen.
No.
I don't think it. Well, we'll see. Like if either of us wins,
Xbox is out of all the E3 conference. Like I know Sony will show me things that I would like. I would like God of War. I would like
Last of Us 2. You would like Death Stranding.
I would
like Final Fantasy.
I would like Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch is game.
Like Sony's, I know I would like. I go in knowing that they're going to show me games that I like. There's going to be like one surprise or something. Like the Emma Stone thing, mostly will be it could be the surprise or something.
I hope not. I hope there's something more interesting than that.
I just don't really know what they. Shenmue HD.
Shenmue HD. I think Shenmue HD should happen.
It's the prize to do some sort of prize. Nintendo is.
Nintendo
and Nintendo. You know, Nintendo could be. They could be totally wacky with like the puppets that year. There could be something. I think the left field thing was going to be Mario and Rabbids.
I think that's too leaked. I think there'll be something big. I think there will be. We're Nintendo fans, so every time you want F-Zero, Star Fox, whatever.
Yeah, Nintendo's weird, but Microsoft are going to Microsoft E3 going.
I got a clue.
I haven't got a foggiest. I know you're mostly going to show Forza and you're mostly going to say Crackdown and Sea of Thieves because we know you showed them previous E3s. You're mostly going to show them, and you got this new console that you want to try to sell me for like £500 or £600. Show me why I want to buy that $500. There's just the most I'm most intrigued about because I know the least about, and I know that they want to sell me on this console, and now basically sell me on that console. If they're selling me on that console, it's the best place to play Destiny 2. I'm like,
no, who cares? Yeah,
I don't care.
That's the thing. Like, for me, like, there's going to be no Gears, and there's going to be no Halo.
Yeah.
I still can't believe they've said that there's not going to be Halo 6.
Yeah, 343 said they've got. There could be ODST 2 or something. There could be.
They could do a Halo game. I think they will do a small Halo game. Halo's just their big franchise. They're saying that we both really wanted Halo Wars 2, and neither of us support it.
No.
I really want to play Halo Wars 2. I've got a friend that wants to play with me on PC, and I just don't be asked. But like, Microsoft is. You're right. Microsoft is the most interesting of the
because
three.
we've done.
It was like Nintendo last year. It's like, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
Like, what are they going to do? We could come away from Microsoft with 4 new IPs and be like, fuck, man, they well done. They blew that out of the park.
And plus, they go 2 days before everyone else now. They go on Sunday.
Exactly. And
so
then,
they have all the buzz.
Whereas PlayStation, this could be the first year that we're disappointed by PlayStation thing because the last two will be so good.
I think PlayStation will be the most disappointing because it's the most predictable. I think all the games they show are going to be good. They're mostly all going to come out and be like 8s and stuff. They're mostly all going to get dated, but that's going to be what it is. Yes, I know now God of War's dated. Oh, I know now Death Stranding's dated for 2019. It doesn't really change anything.
It's because of what we've talked about before is their blow your load culture that they tend to like show for like 2 years in advance.
Yeah.
Which is great for hype, but like I said, cool. Like
it's so. I think
it'll sell you on the new console, but if we're going to get PS5 next year,
I can't see it next year. I personally think 2019.
That I remember what I was going to talk to you about now. But like, see, if we're going to see that, I mean, surely they're not going to shut like this year or next year. Going to have a really bad showing because they can't show PS5 stuff really. So at least Xbox having the Scorpio, they can show the next 3 years if they want. They don't. They'll show next year.
Yeah. Microsoft is very similar to Nintendo. That like Nintendo's saying they're focusing on this year. I think Microsoft will be the sort of thing they'll focus maybe on the next 6 to 12 months.
I think it'll be 18 months. I don't think they've got enough to show for 6 to 12. And honestly, there is like right now there is we know that what's got a date. What's actually got a date for Microsoft? Nothing has got a date.
State of Decay, mate. Too.
That's not a game that I'm gonna buy. But again, people quite like that game. So
nothing's got dated. I think, but Sony might show something like a Death Stranding that's like 2 years away.
The Death Stranding isn't coming out soon.
No.
You know, Final Fantasy 7. Like I know I've put episode 1 on here. If it's not episodic, it's not coming out for like 2 years.
No.
You know, God of War might come this year. I still think they won't. I think it'll be delayed. Days Gone. We haven't heard a lot about that since.
Days Gone. It's like Days Gone this year. Could be this year because Ben's been working on it for like
3 or 4 years.
Longer than that, I think.
Yeah,
like,
since Uncharted.
Since Golden Abyss.
So like 5 years.
Yes, that should be this year. I think Detroit is the March game next year.
There's no way Detroit comes this year.
It's next
year. No way. I'd love it to come this year because that's
But I think that's more likely going to be shown at if they do game like they didn't do games.
They'll do Tokyo.
Yeah, they do Tokyo. That's where like Ni no Kuni is going to be shown and stuff like that.
Ni no Kuni 2, I forgot.
See, this is the thing. Sony, like, if you look at their like lists of games, they're like first party lined up for like It's absolutely ridiculous, but we know you'll find
first party. We know about GT Sport.
Yeah, we know about Ni no Kuni.
So like you said, what we don't know is Sucker Punch now.
That's the only studio. Oh, apparently Santa Monica is working on a VR game. That's the thing.
And again,
VR will not be shown at E3. That is another restriction. VR will not be mentioned at E3.
In the Sony booth, it will definitely be shown at the Microsoft booth.
Yeah,
I promise you, they'll have HoloLens and the Oculus, the headset they've been talking about.
And Vita will not be mentioned.
Vita's dead.
Vita and VR.
Trust me.
Both of those two is PSX thing.
PSX and Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah.
We're
talking to the
Japanese fans and us.
Yeah, the actual Sony fans, PSX. They play Vita, they play VR and stuff like that.
We'll have it. We will do a discussion about PlayStation VR soon because I really want to hear what you think because you were doing quite a lot of coverage of it up until you sold it.
Yeah.
So I don't know a single person that owns one now.
It's really weird because Farpoint's charted as number 2 in the UK chart. A VR exclusive
with an exclusive controller that
controller charted at number 2 in the UK. That's quite impressive, to be honest.
Is it making you want to buy another one?
No.
You still need 2 more games at least, right?
It needs the problem.
Because I would give Rhombus of Ruin and that about the 2 that I would want.
No, because there is lots of games I would kind of want to play on there, like Farpoint and stuff. The problem is still the
setup.
The setup. They need to make it like the next iteration of it or something. Where it's like,
this is the big Scorpio rumor, isn't it? Because obviously, they Microsoft and Oculus showed off a PC headset 6 months ago that was wireless.
Yeah.
That's low budget.
Yeah.
So hey, I've said this for like a year on this show that I think the Scorpio will have a VR bundle. So
yeah,
that's the only way you're going to see VR.
If they can make it the VR, so literally it's the headset, you pick it up, and you put it on your head like you do a DualShock. You literally press one button and it works. That would be brilliant. The only problem I think with VR at the moment is PSVR. We know the numbers after 4 months was 900 or 1,000, but we've not heard since.
So they couldn't make them.
Because they can make them. Yeah. And wasn't Oculus Rift 800,000 or something like that?
Yeah, it was, and it was much more expensive.
And I don't know how much Vive is.
Vive didn't, but then they make much more money on the headset.
I don't know how well the numbers. If these companies will want to keep putting money into R&D to keep making headsets.
Yeah.
If I was Sony and let's say, they haven't been able to make them. That's the problem. But they wanted to make 2 million sell 2 million in 12 months. But let's say they only do 1.2 million. I'm going to be looking there and go, right, we only sold 1.2 million. It's costing us a lot of developing this. Are we going to continue it with the PS5?
Well, this is ultimately the problem with Sony.
Yeah.
They send stuff out to die far too often.
Yeah.
They did this with the Move. They've done it with the Vita.
I think the Vita's
the first party Vita support died after 2 years.
Yeah.
Which is it was nothing. It's nothing. Freedom Wars is a Japanese one, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I like Freedom Wars, but it's not a game that's gonna.
No, I suppose the thing because the system didn't sell. I suppose if the system stopped selling, they cut their ties.
Well, it's one of those things you're not the problem that is the
They're
big
not
problem.
like Nintendo. Let's just with the Wii U. Oh, it's dead. Well, we're gonna drag it out for 4 years.
What does it take to make a console a success? Games.
Yeah.
So if you stop selling games to people that we all know now. I told you when we did it. I really liked the tech when you showed me. But what did I say? I said I'll wait and see what they bring out.
Yeah.
And the only game I've ever seen advertised since playing it at yours is Farpoint.
Yeah. That's the thing.
And I don't know a single person that's bought it.
No.
It looks fun. It looks really fun.
Yeah.
It looks like the type of game that we want to play.
Really cool as well.
But that's the problem, man. They need to have in this press conference 2 or 3 exclusive games.
But they won't.
They won't.
No, because they're going to go.
There's no money.
It's E3. If this is what I said, VR and Vita will be PSX because they know that's the people that have bought a VR. They have bought a VR. They pay to go to a show where it's all Sony stuff and Sony merch. They know.
But don't you think if you haven't got a lot of new stuff to show, some VR stuff would be an easy win?
It could be.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a presentation. It can just be a sizzle reel.
Yeah, it can be a sizzle reel.
5 games.
Because obviously with Sony,
you've got Dreams and stuff like that.
I forgot Dreams. They've left out. They've partnered with Call of Duty, Battlefront, Destiny, and Red Dead. They've got all the exclusive partnership and advertising. Right. I would put money on Red Dead Redemption 2, even though it's been delayed to spring.
There'll be a trailer.
That will end Sony's conference. Will be the trailer.
If that is the case, I think that's a really disappointing show.
Yeah, but they showed the first ever proper gameplay for Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, but I don't think Red Dead's as popular as people think it is.
No, but it's still.
Honestly, people talk about Red Dead like it's GTA, and it's not GTA.
What
I
else?
like Red Dead Redemption 1. I liked it for the story.
It's my favourite Rockstar game.
Is it really? Well, okay. It's a great game.
Yeah.
It's not gonna do GTA numbers. It's really not. It's a prequel, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
I know Rockstar. We got to give them the benefit of the doubt because they don't make bad games. But like, really? You know, we already know what it is. We've played Red Dead. You know, it's Last of Us 2 makes sense. Death Stranding makes sense.
You think more? So what would you end it with? Last of Us or
if you're not going to end it on a surprise,
no,
I would end it on Last of Us 2 gameplay.
And then date it for 2018.
No, I wouldn't date it. I would just have gameplay.
What? Or just
maybe like 2018, 2019.
Yeah, gameplay. Of Ellie.
That's how I'd end it.
Ellie and who though?
I would end
because obviously the first one was Joel and Ellie. Do you put Ellie and someone with her?
I don't know. I don't care. I don't like the first one, do I? But that's how I would end it. Nintendo has to end on a new game. It will end on
Beyond Good and Evil 2. I don't know.
Beyond Good and Evil 2. Yeah, why not? Mother 3. It'll end on something like that. Or it'll end on a trailer for Smash 4. And Xbox will end on a Halo.
Right, even though they say no.
Even though they said they know Halo, well, I don't know what type of Halo. I don't know if it's going to be a 10-second teaser for Halo 6. It will end on the Halo.
Halo Kart.
Halo Kart. I'd buy the crap out of that.
Yeah.
Halo or new IP. Like, every year, what did they end on last year? Was it Gears? No, it was Halo 2. Halo was 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what they ended on last year. I can't remember. I
think it was Halo was 2.
Yeah.
Or Tomb Raider. But like, they need to end on a game. They need to end on, you know, this is our new system. It's really good. No, it's simply like, right, here's our game that you're like, oh, dude, like a next, like, you know.
I like that you started going in American accent and you say, dude,
bro. But so yeah, that was our E3 predictions.
Yeah, and sort of chat.
And sort of general game chat and pickups. We will be back. Well, I don't know when we'll be back. We'll be back soon.
After E3.
Probably after E3. If we do anything else, it'll be a chat.
If we're excited about what we've seen, or if there's some huge announcement, it's like, yo, Dave, did you see? Did you show Final Fantasy 9 remake?
I'd lose my shit. I would lose my shit. Okay, we'll do one quick one, okay? 2 things that will make you lose your shit.
Yeah.
So, Final Fantasy 9 remake.
Yeah, same here, really.
Absolutely would lose my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Crash Team Racing HD. Lose my shit.
Yeah.
Would lose my shit.
The only problem, like, what would have I lost my shit about would have been Beyond Good and Evil, but we sort of know that. Metal Gear Solid 6, most probably, but that no longer care whatsoever.
Twin Snakes HD.
I don't care. I honestly don't care. Metal Gear Solid 4 HD, I sort of care, but then I wouldn't buy it because it's Konami. So I don't really know what to really show because like Crash is coming back. See, all the games that I would have lost my shit about, they've already shown. So it's gonna take something. It's like
no Nintendo ones.
I don't know. Like I don't know.
Sunshine 2. Galaxy HD.
Galaxy HD, yeah, because I don't like the Wiimote and that. I'm thinking Kid Icarus, a new Kid Icarus game.
Oh god, that's obscure. Kirby Air Ride 2.
No, because the one on Uprising on the 3DS is real good.
Did you ever play that game?
Yeah.
It rips your wrist to shit.
No, I had no problem.
You got tiny little wrist then.
I had no issue whatsoever. That would be really good on the Switch, like HD version of that or something. I don't really know what can surprise me now because I went mental when you like was shown.
Shenmue 1 and 2 physical edition available next week.
Yeah.
That type of thing. Where it's like, especially here's the collector's.
I'm kind of expecting it now.
Here's a collector's edition
with a figure.
Like a figure, it's like £100. Comes with like a DVD talking to the creator and all this. Like that's the kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's such a fanboy thing. Like for me, Persona 3.
Persona but that won't be shown here. It'll be TGS.
Persona 5 Golden for the Switch. Like stuff that's not gonna happen.
That's TGS stuff. That's not gonna happen.
But yeah, we've been
Doc Cloud 3.
Doc Cloud 3 not gonna happen. Ni no Kuni 1.
Well, what could be the blue point? I don't know.
Nah, Jet Set Radio 4. Anyway, so this was Pod of War Retrocast 2
/E3
/E3 Extravaganza. We will see you next time.
We will do.
Bye bye.